Hey guys, HarryWilmington here. From here on out, I'm your introvert dating coach. And on today's show, we're going to be talking about a particular video game that you can play with your significant other that is great for building communication skills and why that is. And this is actually something I found out per chance when I was dating a woman and she brought this game to my attention. And as I started playing it, I recognized how much value there was. For one, the game was fun, but also I recognized how much value there was in it in a sense of being a really good couples game that can help you to communicate with your partner and learn what each other's communication styles are so you can have talks with the person a lot easier. And that game, believe it or not, is Overcooked. It is a cooking game. Basically, you and your partner are chefs in the kitchen, and there's Overcooked 1 and Overcooked 2. There's two versions of the game. They're both great. But basically in the game, you have to make these recipes and meals, and then you serve them out of the kitchen. And there's a timer in each level, and you have a certain amount of time to create a certain amount of meals. As you turn in the meals, you get points both for the meal that you make, as well as for the earlier you turn it in, you get tips as well. And so each round will have 3 or 4 levels of stars, whereby you want to hit a certain point level in order to get certain stars. For example, if you get like 200 points, you might get 1 star. If you get 350 points, you might get 2 stars. You get 500 points, you get 3 stars. And if you get like 1,000 points, you get 4 stars, okay? So when I got introduced to this game, after a few rounds of it, what I recognized was that in order to be able to successfully cook meals in the kitchen, you have to be communicating with your partner the entire time. I mean, like nonstop talking, like, hey, I'm making this over here. Hey, pass me the flour. Hey, take this plate over here. Hey, put this thing in the oven. Put this thing in the pot over here. Hey, I'm going to serve this to the people. We need to get these plates washed. And it seems so simple on the cover of just like, oh, it's going to be this fun little game, whatever. But in terms of being able to deal with your significant other, I'm going to give you real quick 3 reasons why this game is actually a benefit to your communication with the person you're with. Okay, so the first one is teamwork. Because in any coupledom, in order for it to be an effective match, you all are going to need to be on the same team. You're going to need to be able to work together in different environments and be able to basically like not curse each other out too much and be able to do things that are going to be effective to be able to get the outcome that you want. And this game has that in spades because there's so many levels in the game, like 60, 70, 80 levels, plus they got DCL packs and stuff like that. So you could be playing this game for a long time if you want to actually beat it, okay? And so in order to get through all these levels, in order to get the high level of stars, because trust me, you're going to want to get 3 stars in each level to be able to get the 4-star levels. The only way you're doing that is teamwork. And so this is a game that teaches you how to work together. It can help you to learn what your partner's best style is in terms of talking communication, in terms of action communication, just various things that as a couple in the real world, you're going to need to be able to do. And this game is a great way to practice that. The second way that this game is great for your communication is that ultimately, like I said, communication is the key to passing these levels. And so what it means is that you're going to have to practice different forms of communication because what you don't want is to make your partner so mad that they quit. And I know as a guy, you could be with the woman, working with her on something, and you might think to yourself, okay, I already know 3 different ways to do this thing, but she's trying to do it her own way as well. And if you start yelling at her or trying to make her cry or saying you can do it, imposing your will over her, whatever, it's not going to work out. And so this is the game that really teaches you each other's communication styles in terms of, hey, how do I best receive information from this other person? How can I best give it? And then what ways can I do it in a way that's going to be positive, even at times when things are difficult? Because there will be times in this game when you're trying to reach a certain goal and things are difficult and either you or the woman that you're dating are doing actions in the kitchen that are mistakes or that aren't beneficial to you winning the round. And when those things come up, are you going to yell at them? Are you going to scream at them? Are you going to try to push your will? You're going to try to just take over the whole kitchen, do everything yourself? Like, this is where the better communication that you have, the higher points you're going to be able to get, the more stars you'll obtain, and the better you'll get at really being able to fully beat this game, okay? So it's a great way to practice communication styles because it really is the key to passing these levels. And then the third way is that it's going to allow you to practice patience with your partner. Because again, if you're both going for this goal and mistakes happen in the kitchen and other things arise, this is where you learn to become indifferent. Because at the beginning, I'll be honest, in the beginning when you start playing, your partner's going to make a mistake. They're going to turn the plate with the wrong order on it. They're not going to get a certain thing in time. They're going to leave something on the oven for too long and it's going to burn. You're going to be mad at them. But what you're going to learn is that, again, this is a 2-player to 4-player game. But for purposes of the couple, it's a 2-player game. If you get mad at this other person, and they leave, you now don't have a partner to play with. And so you have the option of being mad, losing your cool, or you can learn to practice patience during the game to whereby if a mistake's made, just say, hey, okay, babe, we can try it again. Or, hey, you know what? Next time, let's do this, this, and this. You learn to have a better tone. Like before, you might have been the guy who'd been like, hey, you don't know what. But now just be like, hey, babe, so like that was a good round. Next time, make sure we do this thing. Be sure to get this thing over here. Blah, blah, blah. And you'll find that you're going to be able to practice patience with this other person in this game. That's going to be very, very helpful in real life when, inevitably just being with a woman long enough, she's going to do something to annoy you, upset you, piss you off, do something accidental that you didn't want her to do. And in those moments, because you have practiced in this game how to be more patient and not fly off the handle, that's going to then transfer into real life when you're dealing with these various situations. So, and on top of all that, Overcooked is just a very, very fun game in general. It's a great couples game, but it's also just a great game to really practice your video game skills. And they have some really, really challenging levels. But as a couples game, highly recommend it for those of you that have been having issues with communication in your relationship. And it really gives you a chance to practice those skills that are necessary to really, really take your relationship with this other person all the way. So, guys, that's all I got for today's show. So thank you for watching this. Do me a favor. If you like this show, again, one, you can support the show by Cash Apping me at $HarryWilmington. But also, more importantly, guys, share the show with the people that you love. My subscription base is now at 500 something on YouTube. And so right now the goal is 1,000. So all I ask is if you like this video, if you like this podcast, go to my YouTube page, click the subscribe button, like one of the shows, and share this with your friends. It didn't cost nothing to share the show with your friends, but it definitely helps me out. In the meantime, guys, you can go to introvertdatingsuccess.com for my various programs, for my various podcasts, for various eBooks, for my various freebies. Like, definitely go there to be able to get the education that you need to become a more effective dater. Because ultimately, guys, I want you to be as successful as possible. I want you to avoid some of the pitfalls that I faced early on in dating. And going to the website, going to my YouTube page will help you with just that. Also, I got a TikTok now. You can find me on TikTok at HarryWilmington. I got a bunch of great videos there as well. So be sure to check all that stuff out. Thank you so much for watching this broadcast, and I will catch you all on the next show. If you have any questions that you want me to answer on one of these shows, HarryWilmington@gmail.com is where you can write me. Thank you for watching this episode of the Introvert Dating Success Show. If you found the info in this episode to be helpful, please show your support by clicking on the tip jar tab, the link of which can be found at the website and in the description below. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment on this episode and catch new episodes right here on YouTube or wherever podcasts can be found. In the meantime, be sure to check out these other episodes so you too can learn to date as your introverted self while still getting your precious alone time. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.